La realidad es que para nosotros no hay nada más enriquecedor con nuestros clientes y con la gente que se acerca a la marca que hacer lo que nos gusta más, que es manejar y contar estas experiencias que nos gusta crear con nuestros autos. La industria del automóvil crece a pasos agigantados, también es una industria que está en constante movimiento y en constante evolución. Somos una marca japonesa que siempre está pensando en una manera muy humana de hacer las cosas. Todos nuestros procesos son procesos muy centrados en los seres humanos, for humans, by humans. Ese es nuestro lema. Hoy nuestra tecnología base se llama Human Centricity. Esto tiene todo que ver con la manera en la que nosotros como conductores nos acercamos al auto, lo vemos, lo sentimos, lo olemos y que al final del día pues se convierte como de alguna manera en nuestro aliado del día a día, ¿no? Que es una de las cosas más importantes para nosotros. Así que muchas gracias por acompañarnos.
Mazda is a very emotional brand. We make very emotional products, and I think that that the Hispanic market, Latinos, are very emotional people. So I think from that standpoint, there's a kind of a very fundamental connection between what is special about Mazda and Latino customers. But at the end of the day, we really aim to understand the basics of human perception so that anybody could feel very natural and very connected to the car.
Give us an example. How do you put that in a real and touchable point in your car?
Yeah, there are many. I think we can maybe talk about two, one engineering
Okay.
and then one design.
Perfect.
I think one engineering one that's very interesting is we spend a lot of time studying how people walk and how people balance. There is a connection between the muscles in your calf, the muscles in your leg when you first step, when you're starting to walk, and the muscles in your neck, which need to balance your head to counteract that force of acceleration. Right? When you're driving the car, you're using the same muscles in your calf to push on the accelerator pedal.
Okay, that's our point of contact with the car.
Correct.
Absolutely.
But when you make that motion with your foot, the acceleration that you experience comes, of course, from the car, not from your own physical acceleration when you're walking. Our concept is if you can make the acceleration from the car characteristically the same as that of human motion, then it will be more intuitive and easier for you to feel the acceleration directly and to maintain your head in a stable posture, for example. So the basic concept is very simple. Let's make the vehicle acceleration characteristically the same as that of human acceleration when you're walking.
They're going to make you feel more in contact with the car?
It feels more direct.
Safe?
Direct, okay. More direct, more intuitive.
Okay.
Right. And I think the other way that we talked about kind of connecting to people, I think is very easy to understand in the styling, the design.
Okay.
So for example, the dies or the tooling that we use to stamp the sheet metal, we hand finish those tools by hand to get the kind of most pure expression of the surfacing in the production sheet metal that we see in the original design concept. Another really cool example is that we've programmed the robots in our production facility that do the painting to paint the cars in a manner that is the same as a human painter, a human master painter would do so. So for example, the robots don't move in a very linear, most efficient way necessarily. We've replicated the flow that a human painter would use to apply the color in a way that is kind of considered the form or the surface that the paint is being applied to as well. So especially with metallic colors like these, the Sol Red Crystal and the Machine Gray, the way in which the metal flakes in the paint lay on the surface changes the way the light reflects off of it.
If you could see a car painted, let's say, linearly or the optimized way to move the robot against one of these cars, you will see the difference?
You can see the difference, especially in how it reflects natural sunlight in a situation like this. But when we apply the paint in that manner, it accentuates the surfacing, the curvature of the sheet metal. And that's really what brings the shape to life when you see it outdoors with natural reflections and natural sunlight. like this. So literally the car is created from start to finish by human hands.
As a planner, I think you could tell us about the future. Okay, we were expecting the cars to fly for 2020,
Right.
and we still have 2020's car that they go.
They still look the same, yeah.
More or less the same.
Yeah.
Well, how do you see the future of the cars, or the future of the design, and this connection between the car and the user, or the driver, or the customer?
That's a great question. There's a lot of, I think, attention in the industry nowadays towards automation. And
Okay.
what kind of functions can be, how can the driver's function be replaced in some manner by the performance of the car? We fundamentally see things in a slightly different way. We really approach this from a belief in human potential, right? The belief of the driver. And we create the conditions to put them in control of their destiny. So we want to give more control to the driver and develop the car in a way that works the best with them, most collaboratively with them. So we see the future of autonomous systems or autonomous functions as supporting that goal. For example, how can we have systems that run in the background that can take over in the event of a dangerous situation, or if we have a driver that's distracted or for whatever reason incapacitated, how could we then step in to keep them safe, but not necessarily to do all of the work of getting the driver from point A to point B. We still really believe in kind of self-direction and self-fulfillment by being in control of your destiny. So we really imagine, for us anyway, from Mazda, the driver ultimately is the one in control.
Okay, that is from the standpoint of view of safety and evolution of the autonomous driving, but
Yeah.
where is the excitement is gonna come in the future? Where is this, coming from the point of view of design? Is gonna be more design, is gonna be more electrification, is gonna be completely new form of the car, or you don't see that in the next future?
I don't see the form of the car largely changing.
Okay.
Especially for products that you would buy, like privately owned automobiles. I think people are always going to naturally want something that they're attracted to that expresses something about their personality, right? So I don't imagine people buying cars that are just boxes, right? That doesn't mean that there isn't an opportunity for vehicles like that from the standpoint of higher density transportation. We already see that with buses, for example. But I do believe for products that people will purchase for their personal use, that becomes kind of a part of their extended family. I think there's always going to be a need for design expression and things that look appealing. And I don't envision the form factor changing substantially. The cars are really fantastic to drive. I mean, we really sweat the smallest details to make the driving experience really engaging and intuitive. And I mean, I could talk about it all day, but at the end of the day, when you get in the cars do a pretty good job of explaining themselves. Okay. And I would encourage anybody who's interested in Mazda or who likes the way the cars look to drive one for themselves and decide. But I'm pretty confident that you'd be happy if you did so.
Ya lo oyeron, de la mano de Rubén, un especialista en planificación de producto en Mazda, en las oficinas de Mazda en California, y encargado de entender o de ofrecer a los clientes los mejores productos para el futuro. Vayan a un dealer, pruébenlo, porque comprar un auto sin probarlo no tiene sentido. Y luego nos dicen qué piensan, y si tienen alguna pregunta para Rubén, hoy se comprometió a responder a todos los latinos que nos pregunten acá en este vídeo. Así que aprovechen la oportunidad. No siempre tenemos a un especialista tan cerca. Gracias, Rubén.
Gracias a usted.